Hi guys, I'm going to show you how to do paragraph 4 for the QPA. This is going to be very similar to the research that you did for the radiation assignment a couple weeks ago. So paragraph 4 is asking which element is the most useful in everyday life. I'm going to skip the topic sentence. We'll come back and do it later. So first, do the research for the evidence and reasoning. In my example, I'm going to pretend that my three elements are neon, argon, and xenon. Let me just write that here so I don't forget. Neon, argon, xenon. So first, I'm going to look up information on neon. What's one use for this element in everyday life for technology? And then I give some examples of what I'm looking for. So how is it used in our everyday lives? To find your evidence, we're going to go to the CHS library resources. So click the first link only. Scroll down. You're allowed to use Gale, Today's Science, or Encyclopedia Britannica. I'm going to click on Gale. Next, click Science and Context. And once you get here, you can search for your element. I'm going to look for neon. And you can click that first article. You can click other articles too, but I just clicked the first one. And oh, here it talks about uses. Let's read through this paragraph. The most important single use for neon is in the manufacture of neon lights and advertising signs. That sounds like an everyday use to me, so I'm going to copy this information and paste it in my evidence here. Then before I forget, you should, copy the citation, Control-C, Control-V, and copy it into your graphic organizer. After you get your evidence, you need to write some sentences explaining why your evidence is important and how it can support a claim. So you're trying to figure out what's the most useful. In your reasoning, you should explain how this is useful or not useful. I'm going to say something like, this is important because many stores use neon signs to show when they are open or closed for business. Without these signs, people may not know whether they can visit or not. So that's not a great reasoning, but you should use kind of that idea of how can you explain why your evidence is important. Once you have all of your research done, so you do it for your element 2 and 3, then you go back and decide on an answer to the topic sentence question. Which element is the most useful in everyday life? Let's say I've already done my research for argon and xenon too, and I decide that neon is the most useful element out of, or let's say compared to argon and xenon. So that's answering the question. Actually, let's say useful element in everyday life compared to argon and xenon. So after you do your research, then you do your topic sentence. And then once you're done with all of that, you write a concluding sentence. So when it says explain why all of your evidence supports your argument, remember your argument is trying to say which element would have the greatest impact if it ran out. Then I might say something like, this evidence shows that neon would have the greatest impact if it ran out, since it has the most important uses in everyday life. And once you're done with all that, you copy your sentences that you wrote and put it into one big paragraph, starting with your topic sentence, then with your evidence. So you can't just copy your evidence like that. You have to cite your source in your paragraph. So I'm going to say, according to the Gale article, what's the Gale article called? Neon. And then you can put quotations and then type your evidence. So anything that you copy and paste needs to be in quotes. Then I'm just going to copy my reasoning and repeat for your other pieces of evidence. At the very end, you should also copy your concluding sentence and put it at the bottom. And then collect all your MLA citations here. So also paste the other ones after that one. That's how you do paragraph 4.